Hello there. There is a so-called Union Dividend that benefits Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, but shafts England. It appears that a Scottish citizen benefits from a Union Dividend of over £2,500, which is 28 times larger than the £91 the English get. The Institute for Government used the latest tax figures for the 2018 to 2019 tax year that shows the English get £91 per head more than the taxes paid in England. That means an annual 0.3% English deficit. The Scots get £2,500 more than the taxes paid in Scotland. That means an annual Scottish deficit of over 7%. The Welsh get £4,412 more than the taxes paid in Wales, and in Northern Ireland they get £5,118 more than the taxes they pay there. And all of this is facilitated by the Barnett formula, that automatically carves up and allocates the public purse with no scrutiny or questions asked. Where do you think the money for all that Nicola Sturgeon free stuff comes from? And the press and pundits are homing in on Nicola Sturgeon to explain how she would bridge that free stuff funding gap in an independent Scotland. The Institute for Government's chief economist, Gemma Tetlow, said that a 7% deficit in an independent Scotland would not be sustainable, and that questions on how it should be dealt with should be answered. And I would add that the separatists in Wales and the Republicans in Northern Ireland have even starker questions to answer. But it's the taxpayer in England that should now be the worry. The Barnett formula is being used to hide this sort of tax redistribution that is done on a regional basis for political reasons, not on the basis of need. And part of that political reasoning is to not have annual budget rounds where the devolved regions kick off with months of argument over who gets what. Far easier just to be overly generous with money from the taxpayers of England and let sleeping dogs lie. But the poor saps in the undevolved and unrepresented England who have to fund this are becoming more aware of this by the day. Maybe they'll start thinking that if there's a growing resentment in the devolved regions against rule from Westminster and a growing wish for independence, then they obviously neither want nor need the Barnett formula funding. Maybe they'll start demanding that it gets rejigged to get more of the money into the parts of England that actually need it more than some parts of Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. The plan may have been initially to buy the loyalty of Scotland, for example, but it's obviously not working, so why keep paying? When these local elections are over, we need to immediately scrap the Barnett formula completely, because as far as I can see, it's making the devolved regions look wealthier and their administrations more competent than they may be in reality. So what's your thoughts on this? Please like and comment below.